Hello and welcome to Commonwealth Bar Review. Today we're going to be talking about the books you must purchase in order to study and pass the Maryland Out-of-State Attorney's Bar Exam. So stay tuned. The Maryland Out-of-State Attorney's Bar Exam is an open book test. However, you must cite exactly to the correct code sections in order to get points for your answer. In fact, on the bar examiner's website, they state in all caps, you will be expected to make reference in your answer to the rule or other statutory source upon which your answer is based. In other words, you need to become very familiar with the code sections before you go into the test itself. You cannot go in, or at least I've never heard of someone going into the test having not studied and having not looked at their code sections before they take the test and passing the test. So, as a result, you need to buy your code books before you start studying and probably weeks or months in advance of the test. But one of the most important things that you can do when you study for the Maryland Out-of-State Attorney's Bar Exam is to get to know the indexes in the code sections intimately. If you get to know the indexes, it will greatly increase your chances of being able to find the right code section on test day. So, without further ado, the books that you will need to purchase are, first, the Maryland Rules Volume 1 and 2. This is Volume 1 of the Maryland Rules. You can see right here all of the tabbing that I did ahead of time. It's a 2-volume set. This particular book is from Mitchie's, from the Code of Maryland. This is the 2015 edition. You'll obviously want to get the more recent version. In fact, the more recent version, they changed the location of the rules of professional conduct, which come up a lot. And that's what all of these tabs are. It comes up so often that I actually tabbed out every single rule of professional responsibility. You will also need the Courts and Judicial Proceedings, Volumes 1 and 2. That's these books right here. These are hardbound books. They're a bit smaller than the Maryland Rules, but they come up just as often. This contains a lot of civil procedure. In fact, it's almost exclusively civil procedure. And then finally, you will need the criminal procedure article, which comes in 1 volume with a supplement. And this is, not surprisingly, about criminal procedure. However, because 4 out of the 5 books that you need to purchase are about civil procedure, you should expect far more questions about civil procedure on the test than you would about criminal law. But you still need the criminal law book because there's usually almost always at least one criminal law question on the test. It's usually not a huge question, but those are points to be had. We don't want to leave any points on the table. Now, you can only bring in these official code sections to the test itself. You are not allowed to bring in any kind of commercial supplements. You're not allowed to bring in any study guides. You're not allowed to bring in outlines that you put together yourself, loose leaf, anything along those lines. It must be the official code sections. And the official code sections are only available through LexisNexis or West Thompson. But to be frank, we've had much better luck ordering through LexisNexis than through West Thompson. The Lexis people, the sales representatives, know exactly which books you need, and they can put together a package specifically for you. And in fact, we recently learned of a secret discount when you order through Lexis. You can check out the link below for our article on how and when to order, and a way to get over $100 off if you order through Lexis. We're not associated with Lexis. We just think that they have a very courteous sales staff, and they make it very easy to order the books that you need in order to study for and eventually pass the Maryland Out-of-State Attorney's Bar Exam. So, if you have any other questions about the Maryland Out-of-State Attorney's Bar Exam, please check out Commonwealth Bar Review's blog. It is the world's most comprehensive blog on the Out-of-State Attorney's Exam. Click on the link below for even more information about the books that you need and the best ways to order and make sure that you get your books on time. And of course, lots of strategies on how to pass the test itself. And if you're considering taking the Maryland Out-of-State Attorney's Bar Exam and are considering using a bar review course to pass, which we recommend, check out the free preview of the Commonwealth Bar Review course in the links below. As always, study smart and pass the test.